everyone, I hope you're all well. Welcome to my channel. So this is where I talk about twin flame process and use my psychic abilities. I'm clairsentient, clairaudient, claircognizant and clairvoyant. And these are monthly readings by sun sign, tarot readings, and you can apply them in any way that you want. So you can apply them to your sun sign or your wherever you've got the sign in your chart, whichever house it's related to. It could also be applicable. For example, I've done one reading already for Cancer, which is about finances, it seems to be, talking about money. So maybe that you want to look and see if you've got Cancer, where you've got Cancer in your chart, which house that's in, and how it's aspected. So yeah, just to let you know that. And then to also say, if anybody wants to get a personal reading, which obviously will be a lot more in depth and personally apply, you can get all the details at my website, which is given in the description box below. All right, so that's it. Lots of love. See you in the readings. Bye. Pisces, July 2023. All right, so they're just talking about a zoo. They just said zoo. Zebras. Stripes. What's that got to do with anything? Illusions, they're saying. So something being not quite as it seems. Something being 50-50, they're saying, like half of one, half a dozen of one, six of the other. Dark and light. Zebras are dark and light, black and white. Whatever it is, there's something going on this month, right? But you're going to step clearly over it, they're saying. So I think there's something coming along this month for you where you're going to be faced with confusion around what is truth and what is not truth. And they're saying you're going to step right over it. So you're going to not engage with this. I feel like it's something to do with other people, people you know. It's kind of, it's in your environment, but it's not really connected to you. So it's something to do with other people. So it might be someone you know talking about somebody else, someone they know, and trying to make you engage in a conversation about someone that's like 2 steps away from you, and trying to like draw your opinion or your judgment in about that something, and you're going to step right over it. So you're not going to get involved in judging or giving an opinion. This is really important work for you, they're saying. It's a really important aspect of self, that you don't engage in the judgment that's being asked of you. Oh, something just jumped out. What's that? Oh, look, 5 of Wands, which is like shifting energy, basically. So this is what is the energy for you. It's like shifting going on. So you basically, this is like a trigger coming up where you're going to be asked to engage in the physical dimension in a way that is egotistical. And that is not like you at all, because Pisces is always in a let go. Pisces doesn't really care. They don't want to engage in giving opinions or having opinions about people, or trying to, they don't like to get on their high horse. They don't like to sit in judgment. They're never, they're not they don't engage in that kind of activity. They don't become part of things. They're water, they're purely water and flowy, and they don't want to become like sit in any kind of judgment of other human beings. It's not their game, it's not their bag. But I feel like this month someone's going to try to draw you in to being something that you're not, in terms of that. It's an energetic engagement. I feel like someone is going to try and lure you in. So I feel someone with all smiles saying to you, what do you think of this person? What do you think about this? And coming over with the best of intentions. Like, I would really like your opinion on this person or this situation, as though they're going to try and stroke your ego. Like, your opinion is really important to me, so I'd really like you to share your opinion of this person with me. But it's all a ruse, because all they want to do is to get you to show yourself as sitting in judgment and having an ego. And that is their end game. Literally, this is what they're saying. I don't have to say exactly what they're saying. That is the end game of this person, is to get you to show that you have an ego and that you judge. And you may even notice when this happens that as soon as that person even minorly engages you, their energy drops away. And it's almost like they sit back and go, ah, got what I wanted. Which is actually what narcissists do when they manage to trigger someone who is not a narcissist. They sit back in and just like bask in the emotion they brought forward from that person. The emotion, the confusion, the mental anxiety, the worry, the stress, the confusion, just engaging that person, either emotionally, mentally, physically, getting you to speak, just engaging you in any way. Then they sit back and they bask. Like bask, you know what that means? Like sharks bask, I think. Basking, like you lie on the beach and you just like sun yourself, right? Basking in the sun. So narcissists will just bask in the sun of you giving yourself over to their whims, basically. So I feel like you've got something coming in terms of that. You're Pisces, you're emotionally driven, you really couldn't care less. You don't really want to engage with that kind of energy. It's something that you normally draw away from, and you even turn away from, and you shut away from, and you don't engage with. And you normally don't even have the option of that happening to you, that someone will ask you to engage with that, because you are so unlikely to engage with it yourself. That is it's a miracle that could ask to engage with you. So I don't know how this person is getting in, or what they are, or who they are. But somehow they're circumnavigating your defences, and they are going to find their way in one way or another, and they're going to try and coerce you into sharing an opinion on someone and giving yourself over to stress and worry and contemplation and concern about someone else, which of course is none of your concern at all, because all anyone should be concerned with is themselves, as in the law of attraction. So pre-warned is forearmed, is what they're saying. So you've been told it might happen, so just be aware that it might happen. And I guess, you'll know if it happens. And if someone comes along smiling at you saying it's really important that you engage with me in talking about this other person and what you think of them, because we need to decide what we think of them, because it's really important what we think of them, you just know that actually what you're going to look back in yourself, just reel it all back in and say to yourself, no, no it isn't. It's not important what we think of them. What's important is what I think of me, how I feel about me, where I'm at, and you're not important either, and what you think about them isn't important either, and all that's important to them is what they think about them, and I think about me, and quite honestly, you can go and get lost. That's what you should be withdrawing from this person that's coming along with a smile, whoever it is, that wants to basically, they're going to try and navigate your journey for you. Like they want to take a little bit away from you And when they've got this little bit of you away from you, that's going to be, you just do not give a bit of yourself away, basically, because they don't deserve a bit of any. It's just not, it's not how it should be. They can be who they are. You are who you are. They don't need a bit of you. That's it. We won't go there any more than that. That's kind of there's a shake-up going on, right? Someone's going to try and take a bit of your energy. Don't let them have it. Do not engage. Do not engage them in taking your energy away from you, basically. Let's see what the cards say. The Page of Pentacles, form showing up. There's quite a little thing. Something showing up. A little thing. Six of Cups. This is happiness and joy in some kind of reunion. You see where we're going with this? You're feeling it. Six of Wands, success in vibration. This is all you, right? Four of Wands, home, yourself, your boundaries, your steady vibration. This is the focus on self. This is the focus on self-balance, groundedness, enjoyment. This is the focus of self on let go of anything that is not self. Do not engage. Boundaries, Seven of Wands. The Devil, what you draw to you in some kind of lesson that you're bringing yourself. Nine of Cups, happiness. Happiness exists within self, right? Inside of self. It's what you are. It's a solitary conclusion. It cannot involve an outside party. If it does, it's not pure happiness. It's extracurricular. You can't have advancement on happiness until you have happiness in the bank. That means happiness from self alone. Doesn't come from anywhere else. There's nowhere to circumnavigate that. There are no angles to be played in finding happiness. You cannot outplay happiness. Energy, Eight of Wands. That's what comes in conclusion energetically. The infinity of energy, what comes about, goes about, what comes about, goes about, what comes about, goes about. It's an internal affair. Empress, rebirth, something being reborn into the physical. You've got one thing alone, right, that you're looking at being reborn into the physical. The Empress, rebirth. Success in vibration is how you feel, happiness. Reunion through an energetic connection, Eight of Wands. Balance and stability internally, having all your ducks in a row, having all your guards up, or everything manifest inside of yourself. In conclusion, emotions, mental, physical, vibrational. What you draw to you, the Devil. Boundaries. Someone reaching out in a physical. So basically, something trying to shake up all of that in the Five of Wands. So some kind of trigger coming along in the form of a person that's going to try and shake you out of your peace and quiet. You're feeling good. You're feeling fine. Your internal state of equilibrium for what you're bringing along, right? So what you do in the face of that, you ignore it. You completely ignore it. So there's something coming along, something that's going to ask something of you. What do you do in relation to it? You ignore it. Hang on, let's go. I've got two coming out. What's out of sight, out of mind? What's out there still? What you haven't achieved, like what you haven't brought into your life in the Four of Cups, and good on that. So there's an equilibrium that you need to find inside of yourself, basically, to bring along everything that you desire, which is basically the just ignoring anything that is outside of that desire. So completely ignore it. Let's have a look. Ace of Wands, your point of attraction. So you just keep your eye on the main game. You keep your eye on what it is you're here to achieve and what you want from your life. You want peace, happiness, and a happy eventuality. You want happy outcome, from happy outcome to happy outcome to happy outcome. You want to feel good in every moment, every single moment that comes along. How do you find that? How do you achieve that? You ignore everything that would make you feel less than that. You just ignore it. Turn away from it. Have no part of it. Do not get pulled into it. Do not get sucked into the other people's dramas. Do not get sucked into other people's mind games. Do not get sucked, basically, do not get sucked into anything where you give a piece of yourself away, where you know, as you're giving your piece of yourself away, that you are going to arrive back at yourself sometime later saying, where is that piece of me? And feeling like you gave that piece of yourself away. You've got to keep yourself to yourself. One more. Hierophant, which is relationship, basically. It's about the change in relationship that you have. So this includes no thought, no worry, no giving away no emotions of self to anything where you don't want to give it. You just hold on to it for you, and you don't engage with anything that wants to take you away from yourself. I can't say it in any other way than that. I hope that makes it clear. Lots of love. See you next month.